Being warp disrupted by him. See if we can get out of warp disrupt range. This is getting hot.
This is Bill. Bill wants to build a Cynabal and join the Angel Cartel cause in Zarzak, but he's not making it easy on himself.
Don't look at my ship. I forgot for a second that I wasn't flying a Dromiel. Now, before we head back to Curse, I believe that we should go to Gista. I don't think that flying all the way back through Great Wildlands and Scalding Pass is our best route from here. I think we fly over to Gista, reconsider our fit a little bit, maybe build some rigs, and then head back out to Curse. We will be flying through quite a bit of high sec, but we will not stop along the way. See you later, LR Stin. See you never, hopefully.
Enemy of Mimitar Republic, building a Cynabal.
Oh no, haha, we're flying through Mimitar High Sec, which means that we are going to be attacked by NPC police if we tarry too long. The good news, I forgot about that, because this is because we're a member of the Angel Cartel officially now. In Mimitar and Amar High Sec, we are no longer welcome. The gate guns will shoot us, the NPC police will shoot us, and we will not be protected from other players trying to engage us. This guy's in a shuttle. So as we're flying through this area of high sec, we need to just be going straight gate to gate. Fortunately, our slasher, especially with the nanofiber and the lows, is able to just warp off before anything really can probably target us, let alone scram or shoot us. We're jumping to Jark now, which is in Derelict, which is not Mimitar controlled. So I believe that the rest of our high sec route, we should not be in danger from NPCs. Here we are back in Gista. Home sweet home. Where our ammo from yesterday should finally have finished building. And where we can gather our thoughts for a brief moment before we carry out to be headhunted. Now, of all of this exciting stuff that we have here, in addition to Horatio, hi Horatio. Hello Horatio. We've now gathered into one place almost all of our salvage. And there's a fair bit of it. So I'm going to turn to another fantastic external tool. This one's called Fuzzworks. The thing that we're going to be using it for today is their fantastic salvage calculator. I'm going to Control-C just to copy, and that will copy the names and quantities of all of the salvage, and then I'll just paste it into this form on their website, and it will tell me what I can build. We're going to take a minute looking at this. Okay, I have a plan. Using perhaps the most important external tool, Pyfa, I figured out that if we build a ancillary current router rig and a processor overclocking rig, which we can build, that gives us boost to power grid and CPU, we'll be able to fit a medium shield extender. So we're going to need to go buy medium shield extender 1 blueprint, small ancillary current router 1 blueprint, small EM shield reinforcer 1 blueprint, and small processor overclocker 1 blueprint. Using yet another external tool, Eve Tycoon, I figured out that the corporations that sell those are Sukavestra, Calachiota, and Core Complexion. So we're going to go on a little tour buying some blueprints. And here we are back in Gelfiven, which is officially marked as our home, although it feels like a long time since we left the nest. While we're here, we'll buy first off our medium shield extender blueprint, and then we'll pick up whatever loot is left here that might still be of use to us. Okay, I'm going to do something bold here. I'm going to also bring our slasher blueprint so that we can set our new home base as Gista. And we've made it back to Gista. Now, with all of our blueprints gathered together in one place, Gista shall truly be our home. And as soon as we dock up, we'll make it official. Gista, will you homestead me? Current station, Gista 2, Amatar Fleet Assembly Plant, Derelict Mal Gista 0.2, set home station. Now let's get these blueprints building. We're going to build a small ancillary current router 1. We're going to build a small EM shield reinforcer 1. Jury rigging 3, shield rigging 1. We're just going to inject that right now. Ugh. It's not for sale nearby. Okay. So you pay like a 25% premium when you inject skills straight from the skill sheet, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to need these rigging skills anyways. We're going to definitely want to build rigs throughout this entire run. Start the medium shield extender building, if we have another build slot, or can we only build 2 at a time? Oh, we need more titanium. We're just going to reprocess one of these here. We're hoping to do a lot of our future building here, so we won't have to worry about moving those materials elsewhere in the future. So as soon as one of these 3 jobs finishes in 13 minutes, we'll start the next one, and then we'll see what our new fit for Angela looks like. I'm pretty excited. We've been working for a long time to fill up that task that should appear right over there that says fill all the slots on Angela the Slasher. And that goal's been off the screen for a while, but we're putting it back up and we're just about to tick it off. And finally, click. Now let's see how Angela's looking. We're going to have to take off the Merc Warp Drive. We're going to have to take off the small shield extender. We have to take off one of our 2 webs. Put on the ancillary current router, fit the medium shield extender. Power grid is 8.7 remaining. 1MN compact, I think, does not fit, but that's all right because we're going to put on this Mark 1 compact power diagnostic system. Now we can fit our afterburner, and can we fit that thermal? No, but because it needs more CPU. We only have 30, we only have 23, and we need 30. But we built. Did we not build the small processor overclocking unit? Oh, it turns out that we accidentally built 2 medium shield extenders and 0 small processor overclocking units. But we've now remedied that. We've also put some more EMPS in the oven because, as Sir Slimestone aptly pointed out in the in-game chat, autocannons really churn through the ammo. So, now, back to fitting up Angela. We couldn't online our compact thermal shield hardener because we had a shortage of CPU. The small processor unit should fix that. There we go. Just like in the simulations. Oh, perfect. In fact, actually, unlike in the simulations, I think I can fit an enduring afterburner instead of a compact. 0.3 power grid to spare. And now we'll throw on our EM shield rig. And Angela is ready to go. Look at this. 3,267 effective hit points. A shield passive recharge rate of 7 hit points per second. We're up to 76.2 DPS. And still, with the afterburner, we're doing a respectable 1.1 kilometers per second. It is time for us to go talk to Abdiel Virat in KTAC-Q. We're going back to Nullsec. Eve gate check shows clear sailing. Let's undock. I'm so happy with this fit. We've got 3 fitting modules, which is between 2 and 3 more than what is usually considered optimal, but that allows us to fit basically everything we could possibly want. This is pretty close to the fit that I would choose if I could buy modules off of the market. Ideally, I'd probably want to have a nanofiber down here instead of needing this power diagnostic system. The PDS does give us quite a bit of small incidental benefits to our shield and capacitor, so I'm not even mad about it. And we've got 3 rigs. Every slot on Angela is full. We are now setting out to actively run Angel Sound, the Angel Epic Arc, which consists of 11 missions split between 3 chapters. We are on mission 1, which is just to go talk to Abdiel Varat. I suppose technically we're on mission 0. Regardless of which of the 3 introduction agents you talk to, they will all direct you here to Abdiel Varat. And we'll see how deep down this mission chain our newly upgraded version of Angela the Slasher can take us. I expect it's not to the end, but I am willing to be surprised. Last jump, KTAC-Q, Abdiel awaits. At some point we're going to need to decide, before we end up leaving Curse more or less for good, what we're going to do with this 3600 Dominations LP that we've built up. We could buy implants. We could turn some of our ammo into faction ammo. Those seem like the 2 most obvious uses of the LP, but I'm not that familiar with LP stores, and I have not looked through the full list of what's available. So if you're watching this and you have any suggestions about what we might want to spend our LP on, please do let me know. We should have brought a micro warp drive just for burning safe spots. I mean, just for burning undocks. Because we're going to want to burn an undock immediately, and it's much slower with an afterburner. Okay, well, before we even talk to this guy, let's burn our safe spot. Sorry, burn our undock. Abdiel, we have our affairs in order. Tell us what you got for us. Whoa, 2 million ISK payment just for saying hi. That's pretty nice. And a 4 million ISK for completing this mission. 5.3 million if we do it in 6 hours. Let's do it right now. Our explorers have discovered a wormhole in a nearby system, but we cannot spare the manpower to lock it down. If you help us out by scouting the area, then I may have other more lucrative tasks to follow. New opportunities. Alright. EW TAC is 2 jumps away. Let's do a quick Eve gate check. Looks clear. Let's go. It's really delightful to come into a system that you haven't been in for a while and find that you already have a whole set of safe spots and tacticals. It feels like home. 1 person in local in a Crusader. So we're going to quickly make a safe spot in case they land on us. They're probably running the Epic Arc themselves. Crusader is an interceptor, which is one of the optimal ships for doing this. But we're not going to just assume that they're fit for PvE. Even if they're running the Epic Arc, it's not impossible they would have a Warp Scrambler fit, and we would be probably pretty easy prey for them, although we're getting to be less easy prey as the days go by. I still don't think we could win a fight against a Crusader. 29 AU warp to the location. We're making another safe spot since it's over on the other side of the system. Could be useful to us. It's a fairly big system. 60 or so AUs between the gates. I think we now have scan spots between both gates. Or sorry, within range of both gates. Okay, nothing obvious going on at the acceleration gate. Morak left system, so we're all alone, which is how we like it. Read the mission journal for details. Do we have to fight these guys? Looks like the Sansha have beaten us to the site. I suggest we return to Abdiel immediately. Perfect. Let's go. We don't want to fight these guys. We probably could. No, let's just go. Who knows what'll happen? What else will spawn if we start trying to kill these frigates and cruisers? Our objective was to recon the wormhole site, and we have reconned it. I didn't actually look at the wormhole. I presume there was a wormhole there. For filming purposes, I probably should have zoomed in on the actual wormhole, but you'll have to just take our journal's word for it that it was there. Our wallet, despite all that money we just spent on blueprints, is now up over 12 million. And these missions in the Epic Arc seem to be paying out several million apiece. So this is going to do quite well. Quite well for our coffers. And when we do run up against a hurdle that Angela cannot tackle and need to think about building another ship, we'll have some options about what kind of blueprints we buy, which will be very nice. Deal, I have reconned your wormhole, so to speak. So to speak. Sansha, all right, let me relay this information up the chain of command. Stick around, we'll be calling on you to deal with this. Good. Call on me. Call on me. Call on me. Okay, fight or flight objectives. At the moment, I have more work than I have people, so you choose how you want to proceed. Okay, so we have a shipment of important research material. Needs to make it to Serpentis' hands. The inquest scientists in charge of the operation have been delayed, and moving the goods is a high priority task we need someone to take over. We may also require an investigation into the reasons for the delay at the Serpentis end. So, do we want to take natural consequences, which will involve eliminating the Sanchez Nation blockade and claim the wormhole for the cartel, where we just were? No, in Jamunda, different blockade. Or do we want to take Serpentis fill-in, which involves delivering the sealed research cache to the local Serpentis transport hub? Now, we could look on another out-of-game resource, which is the Eve University Wiki. Has very good information on on almost everything in the game, but particularly on missions and the epic arcs. We could look and see which one of these is easier, but I will say it seems obvious to me that we do not want to take a mission that requires us to be transporting a mission object in between gates. Because if we pick this object up, go to Jorund, and get caught in a gate camp, and get blown up, this item will be gone, and the epic arc will be incompletable. If we take this, and we die to the Sanchas, then the mission will still be active, and epic arc missions do not expire. We'll be able to go get another ship, and then come back and try again. So it seems to me that this is the obvious choice. Go to Jamunda, kill the Sanchas. Got it. Natural consequences. We'll be fighting the Sanchas, which will mean laser fire, which means we're very grateful that we have this thermal shield hardener and our EM rig. Means we will want to be firing EM, because that's what they're weak against. So we'll reload our guns to EMP. They had EMP, but we'll fill them up with EMP. Now, these Angel Sound missions are designed to be run in frigates and destroyers, but they are balanced to be challenging for frigates and destroyers. So this is going to be a pretty big step up, this combat, probably, from what we faced in the level 1 non-epic arc missions that we were running for dominations. People usually run these in interceptors or assault frigates. A T1 frigate is going to be a bit of a stretch. We won't be able to fly an interceptor or an assault frigate. If we have trouble, we'll probably have to come back into a destroyer. Or possibly something like a rifter with artillery. But let's see. We'll turn on our shield hardener. There's the wormhole that we didn't look at before, although it's moved. I guess this is a different wormhole, and it's violent. Alright, so for now we're just going to bum rush this one sentient slaver who's off separate from the rest. And we'll just keep an eye on our shields and see how much damage we take. There's another guy in system in another slasher, who is not our friend. But it's very unlikely that a slasher is going to be combat probing us. I feel like maybe a slasher could fit combat probes with like 4 CPU fitting mods. I don't think we should be working on the assumption that's what's going to happen. Okay, our shields are holding very well. Now our actual mission objective says we need to approach the acidic cloud. But let's deal with these guys first. Oh, and now the cruisers have spawned. Okay. Glamour shot was perhaps poorly timed. Our shields are going down pretty quick, but hopefully once we get an orbit of this guy, that should change. We're gonna unlock this wreck for now. We'll deal with our salvaging afterwards. Okay, our shields seem to be stabilizing. The guy that we're close to is missing us completely. And the guy who's further away is hitting us occasionally. We are being tracking disrupted by the further away guy, which is causing us to miss occasionally, but this cruiser is still going down. I think Angela's got this safely in hand. Do we risk another glamour shot? At some point in this run, I am for sure going to die because I have hidden the UI to get to get good screenshots for thumbnails. That's the risk you take. Well, what are you? This guy's been around for a while. He's a CEO of his corp, and he's -2 security status. He's in a Hecate called Hunter that we may not end up taking the time to salvage here. Okay, I want to align out for as long as that guy's on my D-scan. Okay, he left. Good. Hecate is a ship that is bonused specifically to fit combat probes. It's a high DPS blaster boat. If he was good at combat probing, it would be possible that he could probe me without me even noticing them on D-scan, although I was definitely being sure to mash it constantly while he was in system. But if you're running PvE and you see a Hecate with the ship name Hunter, you know, maybe a line out. More cruisers. So our mission objective is still to approach acidic cloud. I'm starting to wonder if maybe they're just going to keep spawning until such time as we do that. Maybe all of this spawn is our punishment for not reading our mission objectives. But I want to loot and salvage. And I'm worried that once I approach the acidic cloud, there's going to be an explosion or a huge wave. So what I would like to do is I'd like to kill all these guys, loot them and salvage them, and then approach the acidic cloud. But if the DPS gets too high, then we'll warp out, warp back in, and go straight for the cloud. Right now we're tanking this okay. Well, we've run out of our first full load of ammo, but we brought plenty. Sansha Supervisor? What? What's going on here? Okay, we're being warp scrambled by the Senti-loyal minion. Gonna web him. Being warp disrupted by him. See if we can get out of warp disrupt range. This is getting hot. Okay, we're going to do a different tack. We're going to complete this mission, and then we're going to come back in to loot and salvage after the enemies have despawned. Where is the acidic cloud? Let's approach it. There is no acidic cloud. Okay, let's fly over to the wormhole and see if our mission objectives change. I'm not sure we're going to be able to kill all these cruisers and battlecruiser in Angela. What we really want to do is we want to kill that Senti-loyal minion first, because he's the one with the warp disruptor. So he's the one who's going to prevent us from warping out if things get hairy. We're going to try and eliminate him as quickly as possible. Then the rest of this gets a lot more approachable. We don't want to stay still though, or else the battlecruisers will start hitting us. Might have to do some manual flying here. Not sure a tight orbit is what we want either. Those are up there. Where are they? Over there. Okay, so strafing runs. Some bad manual piloting. This is good though. As long as we keep moving, the damage from the cruisers and battle cruisers is not oppressive. You know, this guy's not warp disrupting us right now, but we want him to die so that he doesn't start warp disrupting us. And then the next thing we're going to want to do is kill this other frigate, which is able to hit us reasonably well. And then we should be able to get into a position where we can avoid most of the damage from the 3 larger ships. I think we actually want to go for the supervisor first. He's going to have the most DPS. We don't want to... Hopefully we can break this guy with our 76 DPS. And we are taking mostly EM damage here, so that rig has 100% saved our butt. We would not have been able to stay on grid this long if we'd not built our rigs. Honestly, they make all the difference. More frigates, including 2 more loyal guys who are likely to have warp disruptors. This could be a problem. I want the supervisor to go down though. I don't want to take my guns off of him. If we can get this battlecruiser off the field, then we can take out the elite frigates. This is quite a this is quite a lot to put on little Angela's plate. But she's just kicking its butt. Angela, I am extremely impressed. Come on. Die, Sansha Supervisor. Just pop for us. Stop repping your armor when you're at 1% structure. Good. Oh, we've completed our mission. Okay, we're gonna warp to our safe spot before they scramble us, because our hit points are getting low. Whew. Did we have any bleed through to armor? Full armor. Okay, let's see if we might be able to turn this mission in remotely. Complete remotely. All right. 6.2 million ISK payment. ISK balance 24 million. Can we request a mission remotely? That would be exciting. Accept remotely. Cool. Clear the way. Okay, the exploration team is away. If the Serpentis eggheads are right, they should arrive in Fountain securely and in record time. Speak of the devil, I'm getting a report that one of our shipments coming back from Fountain just got hit by Garistas. It's always something. There's a salvage, and Garistas gives shield salvage. There's a salvage crew, us, nearby that can pick up the tech, but they aren't equipped to handle Garistas. If you clear out the Garistas, I can send in the recovery team. As always, you'll be well paid. Alright, Ferret. How far away is that? Do you have to go back through Armok? Okay, at least we don't have to go back through that Armok bottleneck. And it pays another 6 million ISK. Okay, we accept. But we don't want to leave Jamunda just yet. Because now that we've completed that mission, with any luck, warping back to this bookmark should leave us where those wrecks are, without us having to deal with the rest of that Gath squad. Against Garistas, we will want to fire phased plasma. We don't have a lot of it, but we have enough to load all 3 of our guns once. Aha! Perfect. Just as we planned. Let's see what loot these Sanshas have for us, and we're especially going to salvage those larger wrecks. We've got a full set of rigs for Angela now, but we are going to be building another ship pretty soon, I'm pretty sure of it. Now that we have all that ISK, we can afford a destroyer blueprint. And whatever we build next, we're going to need rigs for that too. As you saw from when we used the Fuzzworks tool, we had some choice of what rigs we were going to build with the salvage we'd collected, but it wasn't everything. There were a lot of rigs that we could not build. And for example, we would have loved to have built another shield rig, but we couldn't. We could only build one. So we're going to keep collecting salvage for the time being. Tangled power conduits, that actually is fantastic news because we used the 2 tangled power conduits that we had building our ancillary current router, and getting 2 more means we should be able to build another ancillary current router should we want to do that for our next ship as well. Not much in the way of loot, not a ton in the way of salvage either, but I don't regret spending the time doing it. Let's go see what the Gistas have to say. Oh, there's an Angel's Hauler here. I'm pretty sure if we shoot that, the sentry guns will shoot us. Oh, that's quite interesting. There are these NPC haulers that carry goods between stations, usually minerals, I believe. And I can't remember the mechanics. It's really tempting to shoot that guy. But I think, given this is a Dominations station, well, the Dominations and Salvation are different from one another. We're going to try shooting this guy and see what happens. The gate guns can't warp scram. I mean, he is Angels, but he's not Dominations. And are we pirates or are we not pirates? He's just sitting in an undefended hauler. I think he's fair game. I don't think the Angel Cartel would hold that against us. What self-respecting pirate could leave an undefended Mastodon just because it happens to belong to an affiliated corp? Now what we are going to do is we're going to align to the sun, no, to this customs office here before we start shooting, just so that we can warp out instantly should we start taking damage. Oh. Okay. No one's shooting us. The NPCs don't seem to care. I just gotta see if we can kill it before it docks. I mean, this is probably a very bad idea. This guy seems to have a lot of hit points. Just a tank test, my friend. Just a tank test. There is no way. Okay, let's stop shooting phase plasma. What are you weak to? Oh my goodness. Alright, Mastodon. Your defenses seem to be in order. Carry on with your business. We will pretend this never happened. Oh. Where were we? Here we are in Farit. Warp to our location. So shooting that Mastodon was it was silly, but it also was interesting and maybe more interesting in the future. We probably should have docked up there and got our ship scanner to see or our cargo scanner, which I think we have, to see what he was carrying. In the future, when we have a ship with more DPS, if we see another one of those haulers, blowing it up could be a very good play for us, because if it's full of minerals, then that will help us out a ton. The amount of haulers that would fit in a Mastodon, it would take us like decades to mine in a slasher. What's going on here? Okay. These guys are fighting each other. Oh, we should take out the Dire Pithy first. There's some Angel Wrecks there. If we're super lucky, that Angel Wreck will have a good projectile module in it for us. Better turn on our afterburner and our shield hardener. I think we need to orbit the destroyer. We have to kill the destroyer first. This guy's shield's finally breaking. Let's take out the destroyer first. Too much indecision here. But we're taking a lot of damage from the destroyer while we tried to kill the elite frigate, which had a significantly better tank. Yeah, this guy's going down so fast. Now, you can focus on this guy more safely. What are those objects? Are they just asteroids? Yeah, and then Rex, Angel Rex. Let's make sure that I am shooting the right ammo. I believe that, yeah, weakest to kinetic. So phase plasma is the right choice. And there's more of them. Okay. We might need to warp out and... maybe not. There's another wave we're definitely going to have to warp out. And I fear there's going to be another wave because this second wave is less scary than the first wave was, which is rarely how these things go. Destroyers. These two Crusaders named Crusader and Crusader 2 lead me to very strongly believe that it's a single person. Okay, we're back up to 50% shields. That should be sufficient. Oh, there's the Angel Recovery team. Perfect. Let's start conversation with Abdiel. Yes, we will complete this remotely. We have driven off the Gista's raiders. Another 6 million ISK. My goodness. You're proving yourself to be a valuable asset to the Angel Cartel. Why, thank you. Our biggest competition in the Tech 3 race is not the Gistas or the Sansha. Hell, it's not even the Empires. It's your kind, Capsuleers. I'll admit you guys have been giving us a run for our money. You're uniquely suited to wormhole space. Thankfully, a few of you have been less than careful in normal space. There's a Capsuleer named Renton that makes his home nearby. Okay, we know he's been exploring wormhole space and is likely stockpiling sleeper tech at the base. Find Renton's base, eliminate him. I'll be able to send another recovery team once you've wiped out all hostiles. In YKE, which is back through the Hammond Armagh. Of course. Well, let's loot and salvage these guys first. Our wallet is climbing fast. I was wondering whether we should start this epic arc now, or save it for later in the run. I mean, we can do this at any point. This is going to get us our Cynabal BPC, but there's no reason the BPC needs to be the first thing that we get. We know what the materials are. We could have started gathering the resources in any order and gotten the BPC at the very end. But this ISK that we're earning now by running these missions is going to give us a huge leg up on accomplishing the rest of our goals. So I'm very glad that we've started running this in Angela the Slasher. These early missions are going better than I expected. I'm still not sure we'll be able to complete the whole thing, but as long as we keep racking up the ISK, we're going to keep trying it. Alright, Gath Renton. Let's see what you got. Angela the Slasher has been through the ringer and always come out on top, so I'm not feeling good about your chances here. Built an acceleration gate to hide your base behind. It's a good trick. Never figured out how to build one of those myself. There he is. If you aren't blue, then you're target practice. That's not a bad policy, honestly. Okay, so the question is, in what order do we fight these things? And why is there an Angel stasis tower here and an Angel cruise missile battery? Okay, In what order am I going to fight these things? I feel like the stasis tower could be a big problem for us. Gath Renton probably does a ton of DPS. So I think we want to take out the stasis tower. And then we want to see if we can orbit around Gath Renton if we at least stabilize our damage. We're going to have to be ready to align and warp out though at any moment. This tower's got us already. We may not even be able to get. How slow are we going to go? And is Gath Renton going to warp disrupt us? We're going 285 meters per second now. Gath Renton has locked us. He's shooting us. He's not warp disrupting us. If we can take out the stasis tower and then warp out, then when we come back in, there will not be a stasis tower to deal with, and this whole thing will be much more approachable. Although I'm not sure we're going to be able to take out the stasis tower. We're going to have to be prepared to warp out any second. Okay, we're going to start aligning to our safe spot. And the second that stasis tower goes down, we'll be prepared to hit warp. Oh. We're actually doing okay. Alright, we're not going to warp out. We're going to orbit around to Gath Renton. Now that we're back up to full speed. I think our shield is recovering faster than it's dying. Oh yeah, our shield's recovering. Okay. Are we stable? Yes, we're stable. Okay. Let's just kill Gath Renton. Oh, the dire pithies have now spawned. Okay, we need to deal with them promptly. Okay, we're going to warp out. We're going to recharge our shields a little bit, and we're going to come in and deal with this a little bit more carefully. The dire pithies have webs as well, but they'll go down more quickly than the stasis tower and have less range. They were Garistas, so we still probably want to be shooting. We don't have very much phase plasma left. I'm actually going to load fusion. In that, we'll just do the full range of damage types. Let's warp back to the mission gate. And as soon as our shield's back up to 50%, we'll slide back in. We'll take out the elite frigates first, and then I think we can just go for Gath Renton. The smaller frigates we can take out if they get close to us, but they actually didn't seem to be doing a significant amount of damage. It's only those dire frigates that I'm particularly worried about. Everyone's all clustered together. Well, Gath's up there. Okay, and the dire is coming towards us. Good. If we can pull these elite frigates off and fight them away from everyone else, that would be ideal. And they're chasing us much more quickly than everyone else is. Oh, they're retreating back. And Gath Renton's hitting us from there. Alright. We need to change tack and come in and kill these guys quickly. I was hoping we would pull them off and fight them outside of Gath Renton's range, but Gath Renton seems to have pretty decent range. And while we're webbed by these guys, Gath's going to be hitting us pretty hard. So we just need to take them out as quickly as possible. Okay, the other frigates have flown over here too. So we'll be able to put them to bed very quickly as well. guy is kiting us. Okay, we're gonna have to kill this guy who's webbing us first. I don't know if this guy's flying back in. Ah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. On the next attempt, we will deal with the guy who has the web first. Let's see if we can't dock up here at the Guardian Angels testing facility. We're going to head straight back to our mission location. What? Why are we not repaired? Oh, it's fine. Our shields are full. This was the guy who was webbing us, which makes sense. He has the Condor model. And this is the guy who was doing... Oh, wait. Okay, I don't remember which is which. We'll find out which one was webbing us. The one that doesn't have a lot of damage on it is the one that was webbing us before. Here we go. Now this guy should go down fast. Let me take out the other frigates. Those cruise missile towers are not really a concern to us. Cruise missiles are battleship-sized weapons. They're not going to do any damage to our slasher. Adventure hasn't D-scanned. It hasn't combat probed us, has he? No. Now we have to deal with Gath Renton himself. This might be the end of the line for Angela. Not for Angela. Angela can survive this just fine. But this might be the point where we end up having to acknowledge that Angela the Slasher, with her 3 meta autocannons, just does not have the DPS to finish this mission. We may have to come back and have another talk with Gath Renton once we have a destroyer. Although he is breaking. He was shield boosting a lot for a while there. But maybe he only has enough cap to do it for a little bit at a time. Or however that's simulated for NPCs. We're not going to give up just yet. I believe in you, Angela. Let's try turning off the afterburner. Let our guns track a little bit better. We're not really taking any substantial damage right now. We'll see if that changes once the afterburner's off, but... Okay, we're taking more damage now for sure. But we're doing more damage. Now again, his optimal shield recharge is going to be around 30%. If we can get him below 30, then we can probably get him to 0. The guns are both on reload, though. Oh. Is that interceptor coming to us? No, okay. He's boosted back up above 50 while we're on reload. I think we're going to do this. 26, 24, 23. We're getting him down a little bit further on each boost cycle. Inevitably, we're going to break through. Gath, Renton, you thought you had us. You were laughing. You knew you couldn't kill us. But you thought we were just going to dull our claws on your shields. But our claws, they be sharper than you thought. Oh, Angela, I'm so proud. I suppose we shouldn't be counting chickens. But I really suspect that once the shield's gone, being as he has a Drake character model, that once that shield's gone, the rest will go quite quickly. There goes the armor. Oh, two new frigates have spawned. They're pretty far away though. They have Griffin models. He sent in jammers. He sent in jammers to help us. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. He's got his Griffin ults. Griffin ults ready to save the day. I love it. But they will go down very fast. Although his shields are going to recharge. This is pretty funny. It's doing not a bad job of simulating simulating what a Capsuleer and a Drake would do. He got tackled by a single slasher that was slowly killing him. Send in the Griffin ults. And his shield's back to full. Alright. We're going to load EMP into both guns. That's going to hit his shields a little bit harder than our fusion was. We're out of phase plasma, which is his weakest resistance. But we got him down to structure once. We can get him down to structure again. Yeah, Renton, you sneaky dog. Sending in the Griffin ult so you can recharge your MASB. Or LASB, or XLASB. Whatever ASB, whatever L your ASB may be. It's going to run out of charges too. You're just prolonging your suffering here. What are you bringing in next? A curse? Nuke me out? I've got autocannons. Deja vu. Feel like we've been here before. Break that 30% barrier. Let's double check and make sure that his EMP actually is weaker than his explosive. Oh no, we're better off hitting him with explosive. We should be loading fusion in both. As much as I hate to break from shooting him, I really think this is going to get done more quickly if we load the right ammo. This is going to be the equivalent of like a 25% damage buff shooting into a 50% resist versus a 60% resist. There we go. In the 20s. Now it'll go quickly. He's bleeding into structure. Hopefully he has no more tricks up his sleeves. I do not want to have to grind that shield down again. Oh, but he's going to need a really good trick to save him now. You know, shield boosting like crazy. And in come the destroyers. But we're not taking our guns off of Gath Renton. Oh, these aren't destroyers, these are frigates. As the fireball dies down, Renton's pod is already warping out. He is unlikely to return anytime soon. It's been a big day for Bill and Angela. Let's see what Abdiel has to say about us taking out the unaligned Capsuleer Gath Renton. 7.3 million ISK, thank you. Excellent work. I'll have my men sort through Renton's hull. There's a lesson in there about complacency for you, building a Cynabal. Okay, we'll see what further work Abdiel Virat has in store for us when I return. Angela deserves a well-earned bath in, I don't know, ship oil. Whatever it is that slashers do to pamper themselves, Angela deserves it.